Hello again, you extraordinary subscribers. Welcome back, everybody, to the Hemingway Land YouTube channel, taking the internet by storm. So if you're at all like me, you've been getting even less sleep this week than I normally do, than you normally do, because it's election week, election returns, election results, of which I am a voracious consumer. I love following politics, but particularly the week of elections. A lot of fun to watch the returns from not just the big ticket headline, governors and Senate races, but all the many House races throughout the country. I like to follow the results, the returns, even of like attorney general's races and secretary of states. I will follow the results of a dog catcher's race. That is how much I am into this. So I have been watching the news all week. ODing on the news, guys. Love it, love it, love it. And I know that makes me sound like the coolest guy you all know, but believe it or not, I'm in the minority. Not a lot of people enjoy watching 20 hours of news coverage in a day. I know, it sounds crazy. By the way, guys, I'm here in Clark County, Nevada, where the final returns will not be in for a few days. Hemingway, I don't care about any of this. Could we get to the land? Yeah, no, I'm getting there. Returns will not be until Saturday. We've had early voting out here for the last 2 weeks. I voted first day in person. And then I'm watching the news last night, and they're interviewing people at, they don't say where it is, but it's the Galleria Mall in Henderson. And it's past 7 o'clock. The polls have closed, but there's a long line, so they're keeping the polls open, blah, blah, blah. And in my mind, I'm like, who are these people who have 2 weeks and they can mail it in, and instead they wait to the last minute and stand in line at the Galleria Mall for 3 hours? Who are these people? And by the way, guys, for those of you who don't vote in Nevada, there's roughly 7 bajillion machines when you walk into any polling place. We're really well stocked with voting machines. And, it's in and out, boom, 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 And yet, every election cycle, the Galleria Mall, the Boulevard Mall, there's always a huge line of people. It's like, what are you people doing for 2 weeks? What are you doing? Watching the news, they interviewed one of these people, and they said, what are you voting for? What are you, what's really motivating you to come to the polls tonight and stand in a line for 3 hours when you could have very easily done this in 20 seconds on your weekend? What's motivating you? And the person responded, women's rights and rights. Real Socratic wonder, that one. Maybe. It's a regular Algonquin roundtable at house, on the weekends. But when a camera and a microphone is pushed in your face, maybe you freeze up a little bit. Maybe you choke up a little bit. We'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But women's rights and, rights. Well spoken. Anyway, with all that said, guys, let me put on my salesman's hat. And let's all be reminded of how poorly this fits. With the holidays fast approaching, guys, there is no better present than the gift of land, and no better time to buy land than right now at the start of November. And I say that, guys, because it takes a while to get property into somebody's name. So, guys, if you do, as a stocking stuffer, want to be like, hey, look, a deed to property in Colorado or New Mexico or Hawaii, whatever, you want to start on that sooner rather than later, because it takes a while with the paperwork and with the county and the whatnot. So as on Christmas Day, surprise mom and dad and the kids with, oh my God, here we go. Congratulations. You own a 1-acre lot in Valencia County or whatever. That's all, guys. Just saying. And, no better present, maybe an all-expense-paid trip to the Ritz-Carlton Resort in the Faroe Islands in the Maldives. Maybe this place. Oh my God, look at this place. I saw a video on this place this past week. I am a collector of information on exotic resorts from around the world. I love following these things. And I was unaware of this one, so I just discovered this one this past week. So maybe I'll grant you this one, guys. All-expense-paid trip to the Maldives, to the Ritz-Carlton Resort. That's number one. But land, a very close second. Whatever the case, that's one of the many reasons why we don't really do Black Friday stuff around here. Maybe if I were more ambitious, had more energy, we would. But we tried it one year, and we had discount codes on properties, and nobody could figure it out. And I thought it was really simple. You just check out, and then you enter the discount code. 7 bajillion calls and emails. How does the discount code work? How many of these people were actually going to use the discount code? I have no idea. Probably very few of them. As I recall, we had 0 sales that weekend based off the discount codes. But anyway, blah, blah, blah. So that's one of the reasons why we don't do that. But with Christmas and Hanukkah fast approaching, guys, just, keep it in mind, if that is in the back of your mind, I'm going to buy some land in Alamosa County for my uncle. It's something you want to start on now. Don't wait till Thanksgiving. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. With all that said, speaking of buying land, special thanks to all our valued customers. So, starting off in New Mexico, guys, this is about the last 2 weeks. Starting off in New Mexico, sold some land in Socorro County to Debbie and James. Special thanks to Debbie and to James. In Valencia County, sold some land to Mary Jane and returning customer, one of the Hemingway Land All-Stars, really, Angelo. Angelo's always buying stuff from us. Special thanks to them. And in Cibola County, Gunner, not Gooner, I asked him, Gunner bought some land from his place of deposit on the Cibola County property, the big $24,000 one, so we'll be closing through title and escrow with him, hopefully before Christmas. Anyway, moving on, guys, in the state of Colorado, Mark placed a deposit on that fantastic Fremont. Do you remember when I debuted this property, by the way? What did I say in the video? Get your checkbooks out, people. Made a big thing about it. Because to me, it was like, oh my God, this is a great property. It's got highway frontage, it's got the power, it's got the utilities, it's got blah, blah, blah. It's a ton of development right around it, so on and so forth. And I thought, oh, this one is going to fly off the shelves. Not so much, guys, not so much. That was July. This is November. You get the point. Frequently, I can predict these things accurately. That one, however, I did not. But 7 million inquiries between July and, the current time. And then finally, our buddy Mark. Special thanks to Mark. Moving on to the Silver State, the state of Nevada. In Washoe County, Brian placed a deposit on that lot out by Pyramid Lake. That's another one that I completely underestimated the timeline at which it would sell in. And in Nye County, Rowell placed a deposit on one of our Pahrump properties. So special thanks to all these fantastic people. With all that said, guys, we are back in Colorado, more specifically the Colorado 3rd, for the last time in 2022 with some new properties in Ba-Boom, Costilla County. More specifically, people, we are back in the Wild Horse Mesa subdivision with not one, not two, but rather 3 new parcels. Of course, it was only a few weeks ago that we listed this 5-acre property, so I'm sure all of you remember that the Wild Horse Mesa subdivision is one that is nestled in the heart of the San Luis Valley, just minutes away from Colorado's oldest town, San Luis, which, of course, will put you within very close proximity of groceries and supplies, as well as the Rio Grande National Forest, ideal for hunting, camping, hiking, and picnics. Of course, also in close proximity are countless state parks and recreation areas, such as the Great Sand Dunes, Zapata Falls, and just to the south in neighboring New Mexico, the Taos Ski Valley, one of the premier skiing destinations in America. Additionally, this picturesque subdivision is located within a short drive of the 1,400-acre Sanchez Reservoir and Wildlife Area. Now, this subdivision gets its name from all the wild horses that roam free out here, but the lake also boasts a healthy supply of fish, including the walleye, carp, channel catfish, northern pike, perch, and white suckers. And I could make a joke right now, but I'll refrain. Whatever the case, this region is also ideal for those looking to develop the land, particularly in non-traditional ways, as there is no HOA, no annual dues, and no time limits on building. There are, of course, some covenants and restrictions, but nothing too heady. And finally, 2 of the 3 new properties we're listing out here today, much like their predecessors, sit in this beautiful region in the shadows of the Wild Horse Mesa itself. Now, I want to draw your attention back here to this one specific property we're listing this week because it's got a few additional features I want to make you guys aware of. So, first off, this one actually has power at its lot line. Now, while utilities are common out here, they ultimately do not cover every road of the sub, but rather stop and start throughout. Hence, it should be easier to develop this property and get connected to the grid more than others you will find out here. That's the first nice feature. The second one is that this is a cul-de-sac lot and a corner lot all at the same time, located here with road frontage along its eastern, northern, and western ends. More to the point, better than all that, however, is that this particular property sits at the top, the tippy top, of the mesa, overlooking the entire valley and boasts some really stunning views. So, really great place to call home, or even for those of you who are looking for some idiosyncratic location to put up an Airbnb. They're all worth checking out this week, but this one is the standout. With all that said, next week is a big week, people, as it is not only our penultimate week of property debuts for 2022, but it will also be the premiere of our newest bulk acquisition. 175 new lots, totaling 120 new listings, all going live somewhere, someplace in New Mexico. Tune in next week to find out where. Until such time, people, have a great week, and we will see you back here in next week's video.